our theme for the year is heroes and villains. So our unit has explored a Roman Republic roleplay where we imagined, all right, so we've just overthrown a monarchy, which happened in 500 BCE. We've just overthrown the king. We've kicked him out. We have to create our own government, which is going to rotate through the people in power so that we don't have like one person who can become corrupt and take over everything. And then we read Julius Caesar, Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. The reason is to see what happened, how Caesar became this all-powerful individual. Then we have also been reading some historical accounts of both Caesar's assassination, which is what the play explores, and also how Caesar rose to power in his conflict with Pompey, who was the previous sort of all-powerful individual, and have now come back to a Roman Republic to ask, okay, how do we prevent this kind of power grab, this kind of corruption? And so plebeians and senators can vote for the laws. However, the consul here is the one who chooses which laws get voted on, right? If she doesn't like some of these laws, if you don't convince her to bring a law up for a vote, right, then that law won't even be voted on until the next consul gets into office.
We're voting on the third consul.
We're looking at an uneven number, and if two consuls can agree, or they have two opposing opinions, well, the third one might have an opposing opinion, and it makes complicated things even more, which I would doubt. It's just they can act as deciding between the two. We can make decisions without having to have this taking all the power, for a certain amount of time, and it just removes different possibilities of things getting corrupted and people trying to take all the power. It's going back to a monarchy, which we really don't want.
Think about it. There are two consuls. The reason we have two consuls is so they work together. Is so they debate with each other to come up with the best policy plans while being productive and making the republic better. And we have clear reason that there's not one consul. One consul would be called a king.
We don't want one.
I know. But if we add another consul, that's a conflicting opinion we're adding in there along with the two consuls. And now you're going to have to work together with 33% more people.
That's another reason for there to be three.
Yeah, because if two people are corrupt, then the other consul can tell the people of Rome that that person's corrupt because they're there hearing what's happening.
If you have three consuls, then, well, first off, you would probably have more ideas because it's one more person. And another thing, if you're worried about, these consuls are just the third consul is just going to take over, don't elect someone you don't trust.
But keep in mind that consulships only last a year. And when they're not being consul, then, they're not consul anymore. And there's going to have consequences to being corrupt and doing whatever you want. And while they're consul, if they're corrupt, the Senate and the tribunate act as counterbalances. Because the consuls can't go doing whatever they want. They're not kings.
The next consuls can vote on it. It doesn't pass. I'm sorry.
Great.
That is what you see is them trying to figure out, okay, well, does a third consul make it less likely for corruption to happen? Do we need for laws to just not go through the consul at all? And so one of the places that this is headed is an essay on whether they believe that Caesar is a hero or a villain that gets to pull in all of these threads. And of course, it allows us to look at how this story of this individual has evolved over time, and whose stories about him got recorded and got heard.